At LavLab, we have just tested the Xiaomi G10 Plus, and in this video, we are going to tell you what we honestly think about it. And for your information, please note that we have put a link to this product with its best price just below this video. We found the wand of this stick vacuum long enough to allow comfortable use even for tall people. Its weight of 1.7 kilograms without accessories is also within the standard range. During our tests, most of the time we found it easy to maneuver. However, at high power, we experienced difficulties on carpets and linoleum floors because the brush stuck to the floor due to a suction effect. The main brush has a V-shaped roller, and we noted that hair and pet fur did not get tangled around it. It just does not offer the possibility to adjust its height, which could have prevented the previously mentioned suction effect. Furthermore, no LED lights are integrated into it. As for other accessories, there is a mini motorized brush for sofas and bedding, a crevice tool for cleaning gaps and along baseboards, a 2-in-1 brush that is practical for cleaning furniture or keyboards, and a wall-mounted storage station. This storage station can accommodate the vacuum cleaner as well as 2 accessories. By leaving the wand with the main brush attached to the vacuum cleaner and placing the 2-in-1 brush and the crevice tool on the mount, the mini motorized brush remains without a storage spot. It is a shame that the brand did not take this detail into account. The innovative accessory of this vacuum cleaner is its 250 milliliter water tank equipped with a mop pad. Other brands had already tried this concept, but this is the first time we are testing it from Xiaomi. The mount attaches to the back of the main brush near the wheels and is magnetic. The pad is attached to it by hook and loop fasteners. During our tests, we observed that the tank did not leak when the switch was in off mode, confirming that it is completely watertight. The vacuum cleaner integrates a 600 milliliter dustbin that can be disassembled for deep cleaning. A HEPA filter is included to prevent dust from being released back into the air. The bin opens easily without coming into contact with the dirt, but you have to force it a bit to close its latch directly. We easily handled the vacuum cleaner thanks to its ergonomic handle. Our index finger naturally positioned itself on the trigger, but a button allows you to engage continuous suction if you prefer. The second button allows you to change the suction mode among 3 options: Eco, Standard, and High. No auto mode is provided. All the information necessary to use the G10 Plus is available on its screen. It indicates the remaining battery percentage, the suction level used, whether continuous mode is engaged, and any potential issues encountered. Everything is clearly readable. To conclude the design section, note that the brand currently does not offer replacement accessories. As a result, the G10 Plus has a very poor repairability index of 1 out of 10. Nevertheless, third-party manufacturers have rushed to offer various items purchasable online, such as replacement pads. Well, enough talking theory. Let's now move on to the real world with our performance tests. In order to test the performance of the G10 Plus, we scattered various types of grains on the floor: salt for fine particles, rice for medium particles, and coffee for large debris. We tested the 3 suction modes, and here are our results on hard floors. Since the brush height is low, it was impossible for us to vacuum up large debris like coffee beans on hard floors, regardless of the power mode used. On the other hand, the grains of salt and rice were all vacuumed up in a single pass with 150 air watts of power. The high and standard modes actually proved to be too powerful for linoleum. The brush tended to create a suction cup effect, which reduced its efficiency by pushing certain elements forward. We proceeded in the same way on carpets, and here are our results. For coffee beans, a single pass was enough in eco mode. In standard mode, it was the same, just a single pass. In high mode, however, it was impossible to vacuum up the coffee beans because they were pushed rather than vacuumed. With rice, in eco mode, it took 1 to 2 passes. In standard mode, 1 to 2 passes as well. And in high mode, a single pass was sufficient. Finally, with salt, it required 4 to 5 passes in eco mode, 3 to 4 passes in standard mode, and only 2 passes in high mode. The G10 Plus managed to quickly vacuum up the various items. Only the salt sank a bit into the fibers, but most of it was eliminated. Maneuverability is less effective on carpets than on hard floors, but performance is definitely still there. We noted that the edges of the brush were thin enough to vacuum dust and dirt well along baseboards. Pet fur and hair were also quickly vacuumed up on hard floors and carpets right from the use of eco mode. On armchairs, We managed to vacuum up pet hair in just 2 passes using the mini motorized brush. Finally, for wet cleaning with the mop, we let mud and coffee stains dry on our linoleum floor for several hours. We then vacuumed with the water tank and its dampened pad attached to test its effectiveness. With dried mud stains, it took 6 to 8 passes depending on the intensity of the stain, and with dried coffee stains, 6 to 10 passes depending on the intensity of the stain. We were pleasantly surprised by its effectiveness. Admittedly, it requires many passes to eliminate stubborn stains, but we still find it interesting. The ability to intensify the pressure by pressing down more firmly on this vacuum cleaner even allows for better results than with some dedicated wet-dry vacuums. So much for performance. Now, what about the noise emitted by this model? As is often the case with this type of device, this vacuum cleaner is not very quiet, however. It still performs better than many others at full power. Here are the results measured by our sound level meter with the main brush at a distance of 30 centimeters. For use on hardwood floors, in eco mode, it emitted 68 decibels. In standard mode, 68 decibels as well, and in high mode, only 71 decibels. The noise is higher pitched when switching from eco mode to standard mode, but without being louder. Finally, let's talk about the battery life of this cordless stick vacuum with the main brush. Xiaomi claims a runtime of 45 minutes in eco mode, 30 minutes in standard mode, and 8 minutes in high mode. To verify this, we noted how long it took to lose 10% of battery in each mode. Thanks to this, we estimated that these values were quite consistent, since we even achieved slightly better results for each mode. In eco mode, we lasted up to 50 minutes. In standard mode, 34 minutes, and in high mode, 11 minutes. This is slightly below average for this type of vacuum cleaner, but it remains more than enough to vacuum a home of over 150 square meters. Lastly, the 3000 mAh battery is normally supposed to recharge in 4 hours, but according to our estimations, it should rather regain 100% of battery life in 3 hours 15 minutes. And that wraps up our test results. So to summarize everything, the positive points of the Xiaomi G10 Plus are excellent suction performance, good effectiveness, with hair and pet fur, a reasonable noise level at full power, useful and functional, included accessories, and the water tank, which is interesting for refreshing floors. As for the negative points, the low height of the main brush, which prevents vacuuming up large debris, official replacement parts that are currently unavailable, limited maneuverability on carpets, and the lack of an automatic mode. And that concludes our test. Thank you very much for watching. As a reminder, you will find the link to this product with its best price just below the video. And if you like honest vacuum cleaner reviews like this one, don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel.